Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of the TJ and the Grumpy Old Man podcast. I'm your host, Sonix, and with me today, as always, is our sports analyst and expert, the Grumpy Old Man. They say there's no shame to his game because he's always the same.
That's me.
That's right, Grumpy. That is you. Before we get into our show today, we got to go over a little housekeeping as always. If you guys enjoy the content over here, and even if you don't, please like, subscribe, turn on notifications, and comment so we can juice up the algorithm and get this show out to as many people as possible. We usually shoot to have this show every Sunday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. What?
8 p.m.
8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That is right, Grumpy, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you guys do enjoy the content over here, you can check us out on our other channel, which is the Islanders Never Say Die podcast. That's a show where we talk all Islanders hockey and then also sprinkle in some, regular NHL as well, not just Islanders. Usually shoot to have that show every Wednesday at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So if you like us over here, go check us out over there. All right, Grumpy.
How's my hair look, X?
Very thin. I am done with my intro and spiel, Grumpy. We have some big news coming up this week. Or sorry, next week. Next week will be the Super Bowl, Grumpy. You excited?
Yeah, I think we'll see.
I don't know how to feel.
You feel conflicted? What do you feel?
No, I feel like it's going to be a blowout.
I don't think it'll be a blowout.
I think the Seahawks.
What do you consider a blowout?
What do I consider a blowout?
How many points?
Seahawks win by 30 points.
I don't see it being that.
20-point victory or 20-plus points. I mean, I could see that happening.
I think maybe 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, it could.
I think the NFC has been the strongest conference all year long. I think the AFC has been weak.
I agree.
I mean, it just has been. I mean, the Patriots are in the Super Bowl. I know we didn't have a show last week. I don't know what X's problem was.
Not feeling good. Sick.
Not feeling good, whatever it is. But that Denver game was just, I always say players win games, coaches lose them. Sean Payton lost in that game in the first half. They moved the ball up and down the field on the Patriots. They had a 4th and 1 from, I believe, the Patriots 14, 15-yard line. And they decided to go. And X, you remember me being on the phone with you at that time saying, you must go up 2 scores. Go up 2 scores. He goes, not only does he line up to go for it, he has to call a timeout. You figure once he calls a timeout, he's like, okay, I'm going to be smart and I'm going to put the points on the board. No, he goes for it anyway.
Which is crazy because you were literally talking the week before about how great of a coach Sean Payton is.
And he blew it. Absolutely blew it.
I'll say this. I agree it was stupid not to go up by 2 scores. I 100% agree with you there. They were never winning that game regardless with Stidham at quarterback. It wasn't happening.
Okay.
They go to overtime. They're losing in overtime.
They did nothing. But here's the thing. When you're up 10-0, the play calling changes. Everything changes when you're up 2 scores and the other team cannot move the ball. It changes.
Yeah. Well, don't worry. Stidham helped him out with that. And he would have helped him out again in the game. I'm just telling you.
But what I'm saying is the play where Stidham winds up throwing that horrible interception. I'm yelling at the TV screen, throw it away.
Not even just that, Grumpy, when he fumbled.
Well, but that's what happened. He waited so long that the guy got up on him. He pushes it, which there was an incomplete pass, but he pushed it backwards. Again, you're up 10 points. You're not even taking that chance. That gave the Patriots did nothing for the first quarter and a half of that game. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. They get that turnover. All of a sudden, bam. They're able to go down. They get a field goal. Then Stidham screws up. That's game. That was game right there.
And I'm just going to say that's why I think the Super Bowl is going to be a blowout.
I think that New England's defense is pretty good. I
think Seattle's offense is good. I think Seattle's defense is really good.
I think Seattle's defense is exceptional. I've been listening to some pundits talking about, the Rams were able to score points on them. Okay. They had Matthews. I thought the Rams going into the playoffs were going to be in the Super Bowl. That's what I thought. I thought they'd make the Super Bowl. And I think the Rams are probably the second best team in football. And yeah, they score, but you know what? It helps. It helps when you got, Kyron Williams and Blake Corum in the backfield, and you got Matthew Stafford as your quarterback, and you got Devontae Adams and Puka Nacua as your wide receivers. That is on a really good offensive line. That is not the case with New England. It's not. When the players in New England had the easiest schedule in the league this year, right? The easiest.
Yes, absolutely. I think they played 2 teams with a winning record all year. And I think they played a total of 3 teams that did not fire their head coach.
Yes.
So
Drake May has looked awful in the playoffs.
Agreed.
Awful.
Agreed.
Anytime there's like weather or it's cold, he seems to struggle. For whatever reason, he seems like a dome quarterback. Now, I like Drake May. I think he's pretty good. But he's not looked good when you pressure him. He's turning the ball over too.
Yep.
I mean, Denver didn't really get to him. He has a shoulder injury to his throwing shoulder. Let's see what happens with that. I think he'll probably be fine. He played the whole game with it. But I just think that whoever came out of the NFC was going to win the Super Bowl anyway. I think the only team that had a shot to beat the NFC this year because of the offensive liabilities of all the teams in the AFC was Buffalo. I thought it was Buffalo. And then we found out, what did we find out this week about Buffalo?
Like what I told you all along, right? The GM's the problem.
Josh Allen.
Oh, Josh Allen with the broken foot since week 16. Yeah.
Right, he's been playing with a broken foot the last 3 games.
Yep.
4 games, whatever. 16, 17, and then 1 and 2 in the playoffs.
Yep.
So it's like, you wonder what he would have been without a broken foot. Could that have affected his play? Maybe. I mean, anytime he's already had surgery on it now. Whenever you're playing with a broken bone in your body as a quarterback, it has to limit you somewhat, I would think.
Yes.
Certainly. I mean, I'm sure he's getting shot up.
Oh, yeah, every game.
But
Before
still,
every game, he definitely was.
That's got to be tough.
It's not like you still don't feel it.
Right. That's neither here nor there, though, right? To be honest with you.
Yeah.
I mean, they wound up giving up a bunch of – I mean, what does it tell you? Josh Allen puts up, 30 points against Denver, and the Patriots put up 3. I'm not even going to count the that little fumble that was a 17-yard drive, whatever it was, 15-yard drive for a touchdown.
No, they got the ball at the 11.
Okay. Well, what I'm saying is that's not really a drive.
No.
They didn't drive the ball all day on him.
No.
And
it was 2 plays. It was a broken run that was for like 30 yards, and then the Max Hollins
31-yard pass.
Yeah, pass. That was it. That was all their offense all day.
Yeah,
that was it. And then Stidham coughing up the ball at the 11. I'm telling you, if they had Bo Nix, the Broncos would be in the Super Bowl.
I agree. And let's be honest, Seattle's defense is better than Denver's. I think Denver's defense is really good.
Yes, but Seattle's defense is good.
They're better.
Yeah. They were my pick from the start of the playoffs. I had them winning the Super Bowl.
Yes,
I thought they were the best. They were the most balanced offensive and defensive team that was in the playoffs.
Yes.
Yep.
I remember you saying that, X. And who knows? Maybe you could be right.
I think I'm going to be right. I think, and you know what's funny? I'm the guy who criticized Sam Darnold so much, saying he doesn't have what. Now, if he loses, he'll never hear the end of it from me, ever.
I don't think he's losing.
I don't either. But
I just find it interesting that you see, particularly Boston sports personalities say, well, Sam Darnold, he could very easily lay an egg.
Doesn't matter. Their run game is so good that he doesn't even have to throw.
But it's like, what? And you don't think Drake May can't? Because he's looked terrible in the postseason, just terrible.
Drake May has only laid eggs in the postseason.
Think about it. They've won with defense this postseason.
Oh, absolutely.
Not with offense.
What is he at? I think he's had a total of maybe averaged like 100 yards, 115 yards passing in their playoff games. That's what he averaged.
During the regular season, he was completing over 70% of his passes. In the postseason, it's 55%.
A big drop off.
Well, why? Because he's playing better competition, right?
Yep. He's not playing against the Jets. He's not playing against the Dolphins.
They played the last place schedule.
Yep.
I mean, that's just what it is.
Yep.
So, I mean, but I give them a chance only because their defense is pretty good. I just think, you know what? Who do you think is going to win? Who would you think, if you're going to pick somebody to win MVP, who would it be? I know who I'm picking.
Oh, the Super Bowl?
Yeah.
Jackson Smith and Jigba.
I'm going Kenneth Walker.
You think Kenneth Walker is going to win? Okay.
Kenneth Walker.
I don't know why. I feel like Jackson Smith and Jigba is going to have a big game.
And that's another thing. New England's defense has been playing, really well, but who have they been defending? I mean,
you played against Houston Texans. You played against the Houston Texans team with no Nico Collins, no Tank Dell, no Dalton Schultz, no Nick Chubb. You played against the Chargers team where they had statistically the worst offensive line in the entire league, and they had Ladd McConkey. I think Keenan Allen was there too. But I mean,
he dropped how many passes in that game, right? In his hands.
Yeah, and then you played against the Broncos, who were without their starting quarterback.
Right.
I mean, it makes a difference.
I just think, I think you've seen Seattle get better and better and better and better
as the season's gone on.
And I think they're the best team in football right now. And I mean, what do you think about what happens with Sam Darnold? Why do you think about Sam Darnold if they win a Super Bowl on Sunday?
It changes your perspective of him. It absolutely changes my perspective of him. Here's my big question. Do you think that Minnesota is absolutely kicking themselves for getting rid of him and deciding to go with JJ McCarthy?
Wouldn't you be?
I just so foolish. And the only thing that saved JJ McCarthy was the fact that he blew out his knee the year prior.
He's terrible.
He is awful. That is such a big blunder. They literally had a quarterback that got you to the playoffs the previous season, and you decided not to keep him.
It's funny because you look at Sam Darnold's career. He played initially for the dumpster fire that was the Jets, right?
Yep.
Everybody fails with the Jets.
Yep.
He goes to Carolina, who is on the way to a 1-15 record.
They had both Baker and Sam Darnold at the same time on that team. Carolina did.
Right. Well, you're looking at a team that won maybe 2 or 3 games. Yep. Then he goes to San Francisco for a year, and he's the backup, right? And I think he got some garbage time, but, Kyle Shanahan's a good quarterback coach, and it seems like he was doing okay. He goes to Minnesota, and Kevin O'Connell, the head coach, is a good quarterback coach. They won 14 games last year.
Yep.
Do I think that he is the greatest quarterback of all time? No, I do not.
I'm just going to chime in. We have a goalie fight currently. A goalie fight. This is the second. Oh, man. This is the second. Oh! Vasilevsky putting it in. Maybe Vasilevsky is going to win the what is it? Vezina, yeah. I mean, he can fight too.
I'm telling you, I have Vasilevsky and Swayman on my fantasy team.
You should get some fantasy points for fighting.
I should, but I don't.
Plus 10.
Yeah.
Goalie fight. This is the second goalie fight that they've had this year. It's crazy. Yeah. Do you think, now that I'm going to go off topic a little bit, do you think that the NFL is trying to promote fighting a little bit more?
NFL?
Or sorry, NHL. My bad. Sorry.
No.
I wish they would. No.
Oh, man. Swayman really went at Hagel. Okay, he's got the puck. I mean, he's getting hit from behind, and the goalie punches him in the head, knocked the helmet off. Everybody's jumping on poor little Hagel over here, really going at him. And Vasilevsky said, enough is enough. I guess when you give up 5 goals, it's like, screw you. And he's coming out. And there they go. They're peeling off the equipment. Swayman thinks he's tough. He took a beat.
He's got a stick stuck in his pads.
I mean, he's a lefty. Oh, look at that. Oh, man, Swayman he's eating some fists. They broke it up pretty quick. But I don't think that Swayman's fought a lefty before. It's very tough fighting a lefty. You're not used to fighting those guys.
So he absolutely got rocked.
Yeah. Looks like Vasilevsky's enjoying himself. Well, it's not like he stopped any pucks tonight. So we can't say that, he got to get something.
By the way, I think Tampa's uniforms, amazing.
They do look sharp.
I think they look so nice. And they also have, I didn't even realize in the light blue portion, they have lightning bolts.
Yeah.
Throughout it.
TBL.
Yeah. Phenomenal sweaters for sure.
Okay. Let's get back. Let's get back to the Super Bowl.
Yes.
Okay. What was the last? Oh, we're talking about Sam Darnold. Last year was 14-3 with Minnesota. but he was awful in the playoffs.
Yeah.
Do I think Sam Darnold is the be-all, end-all of quarterbacks? No. But I think it's interesting that in the biggest game of the year, the NFC Championship game, he had his best game of the season this year.
Yep.
He's turned the ball over. He's thrown 14 interceptions this year. But I think that, a lot of them were earlier in the year, not as many down the stretch. And I just think Seattle's too balanced as a team. I know they lost Charbonnet, the running back, but Kenneth Walker's been on a mission. He's averaging like 9.5 yards a carry.
I was going to say that's the one thing that's really a positive for them. It's like they have absolutely a two-headed beast in their backfield.
Well, they don't now. They got one.
I'm saying they did though. So even though they lost Charbonnet, they still had somebody else to step up, whereas a lot of teams wouldn't have that.
Yeah, but Walker has been dynamite. He doesn't need a backup. He does not need a backup. And the thing was, he doesn't catch passes out of the backfield. Well, he's caught passes out of the backfield this year. He's tough to tackle.
Well, what I was saying was the loss of Charbonnet, it helps the fact that they have Kenneth Walker there to step in.
Kenneth Walker's the starter.
They split time.
Charbonnet's the backup.
Okay, they split
Walker's
time.
the starter.
They split time. It's all right. But anyway, who do you have as your selection, Grumpy, to win the Super Bowl this year? Super Bowl 60.
I got to say Seattle.
I agree. I
just think Seattle's a better team.
Yep.
I would have picked the Rams if the Rams made it. I just don't think that the Patriots are that great. I think they've caught every single break going into the playoffs.
Agreed.
Beginning with the fact that they played San Diego or whatever, the Chargers, who notoriously are a poor team going east. And they wound up losing again. And like I said, they just couldn't stop their pass rush. I thought Justin Herbert looked pedestrian at best. Then you play Houston, and Houston's defense was good, but C.J. Stroud was just a nightmare at the quarterback position, terrible. And the whole thing was, I don't understand why they didn't play the backup, Davis Mills, I'm sorry. Why they didn't play Davis Mills.
Second half.
Yeah, it's like, how much did you have to see from Stroud
C.J. Stroud
to say, wow, he just doesn't have it. You just look at his body language. You realize when you're a quarterback, you're the leader of the team. When you're it affects your whole team, your whole organization. It does. I mean, you throw 4 interceptions. How many did he turn the ball over? How many times? 5 times he fumbled the week before. It's not like this is news. At some point, as a head coach, it's almost malpractice not to play the other guy. I think it's a fireable offense.
Yep. No, I agree.
The Mills kid has performed well. When
he certainly wouldn't turn the ball over that many times. I'll tell you that.
I mean, maybe he doesn't throw. I think he's just as good as C.J. Stroud.
And it's not like C.J. Stroud was throwing great passes that game. He blew out his backup tight end's knee, throwing the ball behind him.
Every pass he threw was behind guys, short. He had guys wide open.
You could tell after the first half. Honestly, you could tell after the first quarter, he was shook up. He couldn't complete anything. They were constantly going 3 and out. He was underthrowing guys or throwing the ball short or behind people all the time. At some point in time, you got to be like, this is not the guy. It's not your day.
But again, you had the head coach. Drake May turns the ball over on their first drive, whatever it was, the 20-yard line. They wound up getting a 4th and 1 from the 5. Instead of putting points on the board, let's go for it, and it gets stopped. It's such a momentum changer. These coaches are so dumb. These analytics geeks, because that's what they are, who want to be part of football. You know what? You can be part of football. Sit on your couch and watch it. Don't get involved with anything that happens on the field. It's a mistake. Any geek who tells me, oh, well, the percentages say you should go. No, geek. Sorry. You know what? You have to have a feel for the game. In a playoff game, you know what matters really, really, really matters? Putting points on the board. It's the most important thing. It's a win or go home. You cannot leave points on the field like Hammerhead did for years in Detroit, where he could have went to the Super Bowl instead of San Francisco. What was it, 2 years ago?
Yep.
He absolutely could have went to the Super Bowl, but no, I'm going to go for it at every 4th and 3 when I'm in field goal range. And they wound up losing by what, a couple points? And he could have had 2 field goals and won that game going away. These coaches, like I said, and I don't even think it's the coaches. It's the geeks that got talking to them in their ears. Oh, coach, it's go for it here. And Sean Payton, they had him on a telecast the week before where somebody is lined up to, I think it was the Bears, the Bears Rams game. He said, oh, and the Bears did not go for a field goal. He said the Bears really should have went for a field goal. You want to make sure you put points on the board.
And then he does the same thing.
And then he's confronted with the same situation.
Makes you think.
For it.
Makes you think, right?
It's like, how stupid can you be? Just stupid. And he's like, yeah, that was a mistake. Well, yeah, hope you're happy. Your team's not going to the Super Bowl because of it. Because with the 10-0 game, New England has no momentum. None. And I think Denver walks away with that. Stidham was operating pretty good at that point in time. Then, it got close, and all of a sudden he turns into a pumpkin. It struck midnight, and the pumpkin turned back into a pumpkin, and they wound up losing. I thought the snow was great. You saw the players, oh my God, it's so hard to play in the snow. Drake May was complaining how hard it was to play. I'm like, holy crap. Dude, I'm losing so much respect for you by the second. You know what? Get rid of domes. Make them play outside all the time. I'm just sick of it. I'm sick of dome teams. I'm just done with it. X.
Yeah, so I was trying to pull something up here real quick. Did you hear about what happened with Sean Payton and Bo Nix about his ankle injury?
Something where Bo Nix was upset that Sean Payton was talking about his injury.
Yes. So we have here, I'll pull it up real quick. Yeah, it says Broncos quarterback Bo Nix had a pre-existing ankle condition that made a fracture inevitable, an injury he unfortunately suffered in the divisional round, according to Sean Payton. Payton said it wasn't a matter of if, it was a matter of when. Bo Nix did not seem to be happy with the comments of his coach. Yeah, Bo Nix came out and said, I'm looking to see what he said, but apparently he said something where he's like, why are you airing out my, medical history, essentially, to public?
Yeah, I don't think that Payton should have said anything, but it's a bad look when the player is talking shit about the coach in the press. It's just bad. It's a bad look. I think they lost their offensive coordinator and defensive coordinator. I think Buffalo got the defensive coordinator, and who got the OC? I forget who got the OC. Buffalo got somebody, and I think Baltimore got the other one, I believe. But that hurts their coaching staff, right?
Yes.
It really hurts them. I mean, who knows? To me, I think the struggles with New England are going to be real. Like I said, I just listened to some of these players complain, like Denver was lining up for a game-tying field goal, and the kicker said, oh, yeah, well, with all the snow on the field, we were lined up a yard too short on the field goal attempt that was deflected. Well, dude, that's your damn job. You know what? Call a timeout. Have your teammates scrape off a spot for you. And this way you're ready to kick the field goal. Make sure you measure that out. Don't tell me that you don't know, that you're not looking at your lineman ahead of you and say, wow, their butts seem a lot bigger than it usually does because you're standing right on top of them. I mean, that's execution. If you can't execute the formation on a field goal, you don't deserve to win.
Yep.
Little things like that. I mean, you hear Brady talk about how things that they did in New England over and over and over again, how they were always prepared for everything. Did Denver seem like they were prepared for anything?
Stidham looked like a deer in the headlights in that game.
He started off okay in that game.
He had the one big pass to
Mims.
Who was it? Yeah, Martin. Yeah.
Mims.
Yeah. He had a really big pass to him, and then they scored the touchdown that drive, and then after that it was just awful.
Well, no, they got down there. They missed 2 field goals. They get crucial penalties. He's throwing balls over guys' heads, throwing them in the dirt. They could not establish a running game. That was the biggest issue. They couldn't establish a running game. I think that's going to be the key to the Super Bowl. If Seattle can run, the Patriots have no shot of winning. None.
Which absolutely. I think they should be able to run.
I think they've shown they're really good, particularly in those outside zone runs. Interior, New England's pretty good, but outside, Seattle's been absolutely outstanding running the ball this year. And Kenneth Walker's fantastic. He's just fantastic. So if you ask me today who I would pick, I would absolutely go with the Seattle Seahawks.
And that's who I have winning. As I said from the beginning, I had Seattle winning. I'm not changing my selection. I got them winning it all.
Okay. We had some other big football news this week, X.
What was the other big football news?
Really big football news. The Hall of Fame.
Oh, that's right. Bill Belichick.
Yeah.
Bill Belichick is not a first ballot Hall of Famer. What are your thoughts about that, Crumpy?
Why don't you tell me your thoughts first?
Okay. I think he absolutely got robbed. Everybody's saying it's due to Deflategate. It's due to, Spygate is the reason why he didn't get in. All of these coaches cheated in some form or facet. They all have done some shady stuff to get an edge. They absolutely have. The whole Spygate thing. Even Jimmy Johnson came out on the Pat McAfee show. I know how much you love the Pat McAfee show, Grumpy. Came out and said, he even said, he's like, you realize every coach was doing this before that. They were getting a leg up on the other teams. They were figuring out what their plays were. They were recording them and everything like that. He's like, all these teams did this. And he's like, he said he even bought a ticket to go out and visit him, to congratulate him. And then he found out that he didn't make it. He's like, well, I'm getting the ticket refund. He's like, and I'm not going to the Hall of Fame ceremony this year.
It makes the Hall of Fame look bad when you don't put in the greatest coach of all time on the first ballot.
It says Bill Belichick versus every first ballot Hall of Fame coach. He had 302 regular season wins, 31 playoff wins, and 6 Super Bowls. Don Shula, 328, 19-2. Chuck Noll, 193, 16-4. And then Tom Landry, 250, 20-2.
Yeah.
Like his numbers are just far superior to everyone else.
Yeah. It's a slap in the face, right?
It absolutely is.
I just find it interesting. You talk to some of the voters, the guys who won't say what their vote is. Well, they voted no.
They're guilty.
They voted no. They asked Bill Polian, who was an executive. He used to be a general manager of the Carolina Panthers. But before that, he was with the Buffalo Bills and the Indianapolis Colts. I believe after he left the Panthers. He said, well, I know he's a first ballot Hall of Famer. I don't know I really can't recall if I voted for him or not. Okay. The vote was 2 weeks before this came out.
Here's the thing. If you can't remember what you did 2 weeks ago, you're senile and you should never be allowed to vote again.
You shouldn't even have a vote. Okay. He was lying.
He absolutely is lying.
He was flat out lying.
He knows.
He was lying.
He knows what he did.
He did vote for him.
Yeah.
Oh, and then he comes out and says, oh, well, the Hall of Fame verified that bullshit, dude. You're lying. You're lying.
And it's not.
And a lot of people say that it was because of Spygate. They didn't think he was punished enough for Spygate. I don't care if you think.
Nowhere in the Hall of Fame bylaws does it say that you have to vote based on morality. Nowhere does it say that your vote is based on morality. It's based off your production on the field.
He paid something like a $250,000 fine.
Yep.
He didn't miss any games. So what? The league punished the Patriots for that. And that was how many years ago? 2000, whatever it was. I think 2007 is when they discovered it. Now, the thing with Belichick, they told him not to do it, and he did it anyway. I mean, that was kind of dumb because everyone was doing it.
Everybody was doing it at that time. They were the only team that got caught. That's the difference.
But they told him not to do it, and he continued to do it. So he got popped. Okay, you get popped, you get popped. You pay your price, whatever it was. They lost the first-round draft pick. He was fined $250,000. The organization fined $1 million. That was the punishment. I don't care that the voters, the holier-than-thou voters, who've never done anything wrong in their lives, they're all saints. I'm sure of that. They think that they're going to mete out, other punishment. And supposedly Polian said, well, this is. I think he should just sit out a year because of Spygate. He's going to get in another year, but he should sit out this year. Well, what does it do? It means that another deserving coach isn't going to get in next year. That's what it means because Belichick is getting in next year.
I wouldn't accept it. I wouldn't accept it. I'd take because they have some of his. They have his his playbook that he has inside the Hall of Fame. They have some of his rings that he has inside the Hall of Fame. I'd ask for all that shit back. I'm taking it all back. You can no longer have it. I'm collecting all my shit back. It's getting out of there.
Okay. He's not going to do that. He wants to be in the Hall of Fame.
I wouldn't care.
This has done the best thing for his image than it possibly ever could have done. Everyone, there's no one who's has any anyone with a brain, a fully functioning brain, even 3/4 functioning, says, you know what, he absolutely should be in the Hall of Fame. It would be like Brady coming up first time and saying, nope, you're not getting in the Hall of Fame.
Well, that's been the talk now, is that Tom Brady's not going to be a first ballot Hall of Famer due to Deflategate.
I don't see how that happened.
That's been the murmurs now, is that he's not going to make it in.
With this backlash for Belichick, if you hold out the guy who's won more Super Bowls than any franchise in the history, has every single record in the books, and don't put him in first ballot, it just makes you look like a clown show. It's all it does.
To me, already your Hall of Fame has no validity. It's already lost it. It's lost all of its credibility.
One guy came out and said, well, I voted for and you don't even know any of these players I'm going to talk about. There were 5 people who were eligible off of I don't even know what the heck they call it, the old timers ballot, which includes coaches, owners, and old time players. Bob Kraft, who's the owner of the Patriots.
Yep.
Bill Belichick, L.C. Greenwood, who was part of the Steel Curtain defense. He was all right, good defensive end. Roger Craig, who was a product of the West Coast offense under Bill Walsh, running back, and Ken Anderson, who was a good quarterback for the Cincinnati Bengals. And the guy voted for the 3 players and not the owner or the coach. He's like, well, these guys, we don't know if, they're going to be, if they're ever going to get this shot again. Dude, that's not your job.
Yep.
Your job is to vote for the most qualified candidate. That's what it is.
Again, strip him of the ability to vote. No longer can vote anymore.
Ken Anderson was a good quarterback for Cincinnati. Hall of Famer? Absolutely not. L.C. Greenwood, he was defensive end. They had, Greenwood, Mean Joe Green, Ernie Holmes, and Dwight White, like I said, the Steel Curtain defense. He was okay. Is he a Hall of Famer? I don't think so. And then, Roger Craig. Roger Craig was a good back. All I remember is him fumbling against the Giants in the 1990 NFC Championship game right at the end. That's all I remember him for. But he was a good back, catching passes, running the ball. He was good. Hall of Famer? I don't think so. I just find it stunning that Belichick didn't get in first ballot. Just stunning.
It's funny. Somebody also commented on here, and it said, Don Shula was accused of various forms of cheating throughout his career, including allegedly pressuring players to take illegal painkillers and refusing to tarp the field for the 1983 AFC Championship game against the Jets. He also never won Super Bowl without Larry Zonka. So there you go. Refused to tarp the field, right? He shouldn't be in. He shouldn't have gotten as a first ballot Hall of Famer.
Okay, again, that's not true. Because
I'm saying based off of how the voting was done for Bill Belichick, right? That's considered a form of tampering.
Okay,
tampering to give your team an advantage.
Times were different back then.
I'm aware, but I'm saying based off of how the voting was done for Bill Belichick, that falls under the same exact criteria.
Again, different voters, a lot of bitches crying all, it's not fair. Nah. They beat us all the time. That is not right. They did this, they did that. A lot of whining and bitching and complaining. It wasn't like that 30 years ago. That's a new thing. The complaining all the time, blaming somebody else for your problems. Oh, I don't like what he does. Not fair. Too bad. Too bad. You measure a guy based on what he did in his career. And there's no way he should have been denied entry to the Hall of Fame. But this kind of washes away even, the UNC fiasco, the girlfriend, all that stuff. It's kind of just all washed away now, isn't it? If you think about it.
Yes.
They've rehabbed his image by not voting him in. And you listen to the league, they send out a letter that says, anyone who talks about who they vote for, we're going to seriously consider stripping away your right to be a voter. What does that mean? Why shouldn't it be transparent? Why wouldn't you want people to know who voted for who? Don't you think that's a good thing?
Well, no, they don't want that because then it makes them look bad.
And the
And
fact was that he couldn't. It wasn't even like it had to be unanimous. He only had to get 40 out of 50 votes to get in. And here, Tom Brady says, Brady shares his thoughts on the Bill Belichick not making the Hall of Fame his first year eligibility. Belichick fell short of the 40 of 50 votes needed for induction into the Hall of Fame.
And Tom Brady says, I don't understand it. If he's not a first ballot Hall of Famer, there's really no coach that should ever be a first ballot Hall of Famer.
That's true.
He's 100% right.
I mean, and they all have 3 votes, so they get to vote for 3 guys. That's what it comes to. Get 3 votes, every writer. I mean, so you couldn't have put Bill Belichick in there.
And then also we have to put this up here. Shedeur Sanders also making the Pro Bowl. Here were his stats for this season. 1,400 passing yards, 7 touchdowns, 10 interceptions, and a passer rating of 68.1. And he is a Pro Bowl quarterback. What are your thoughts there, Grumpy? Why do you think he made it in?
Because he's doing his best C.J. Stroud impersonation?
No, he would have a couple more fumbles then if he was doing a C.J. Stroud
I
impersonation.
think a lot of guys
opted out,
injuries, stuff like that. There were still other guys. Why not Geno Smith? I think his numbers were better.
Here's the thing that kills me. I don't know if I think Trevor Lawrence, I don't know if he was offered or not. But really, there's no reason these players should be opting out. It's not even like they play.
Maybe they'll want to just be on vacation.
I mean, you're essentially going on vacation. You go to Florida for the games.
It used to be Hawaii.
Yeah, but my point
is that was a nice trip.
Sure. My point is, why are you opting out? You don't even actually play football games. I don't even think they do the flag football game anymore. They changed it from full pads to flag football. I don't even think they do the flag football game anymore. They do a skills competition where you have to catch passes for wide receivers, and then they do like a dodgeball game. That's it.
No one watches it.
My point is, why would you not just go?
Wasn't it on today?
I don't even know.
I don't know either.
I cannot believe that Shedeur got in, though.
No.
Can't believe it. Cannot believe it. Can't believe it. He's ranked. I think we talked about this. He's ranked the 3rd worst quarterback in the history of the sport. He was ranked the 3rd worst.
Okay. Again, plays on Cleveland. He sucks. Did he deserve a Pro Bowl vote? No, absolutely not. But
don't tell me we need representation from all players, because I'm sure as hell Myles Garrett got in. Right? I'm sure he got in.
Every team does not get a representative.
But I'm saying, like, even if they tried to pass that as like the garbage excuse, like, oh, we need a representative from each team. Well, Myles Garrett definitely would have gotten in.
Yeah, but that's not the case. So I mean, it doesn't matter. Who cares? The Pro Bowl is another joke. No one even watches it. I mean, I think maybe more people watch than the WNBA, but I mean, that's like what, 15 people. It's
a event for kids to see the players without their helmets on. That's it.
Okay.
That's all it is now.
Yeah.
None of them wear helmets when they're out there. They're all wearing hats or nothing on their head at all. And they're not even wearing shoulder pads or uniforms or anything. They're wearing some t-shirts and some shorts.
Yeah. He's not deserving, but we don't know if other guys turned it down, or
I'm almost positive other people had to have turned it down.
How far down the list he was, we don't know.
Probably dead last.
Okay.
Will Levis should have gotten in before him.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, but I just wanted to throw that up there. And then I think, Grumpy, the last thing we had to talk about before we get into some comments is Winter Olympics is coming up. Grumpy, you excited?
Well, I am excited about the Winter Olympics. I always love the Winter Olympics more than the Summer Olympics.
Yes, I agree. I do like the Winter Olympics. I think the events, and I think the atmosphere plays a part. I really am hoping, and I know there's not going to be, I was saying I'm hoping there's going to be some snow because it's in Italy this year, I think, or it's throughout Europe, right?
Italy, I believe.
Okay, it's in Italy. I was hoping, because I feel snow and like the atmosphere around really makes the Winter Olympics. Like I think they did it in China recently, There was no snow on the ground, and it just didn't look good. It just was like, nah. I think it was the last one that they did.
I
But
like the Winter Olympics because there's less events
yes.
and you can kind of follow the events.
Well, they're also different, the events too. It's like, how often do you see people doing luge or what is this skeleton where they're riding those I don't even know what you sleds. I don't
Like
know what
a
you want to
sled.
call.
Yeah.
Yeah, face first down, hitting like 70 or 80 miles an hour. It's like you take one wrong turn, you're dead.
Well, they've
Get hurt
killed
really
people
bad.
on those rides.
Yeah,
I think that makes
yeah,
it more appealing, honestly.
yeah. Well, I'm just saying that's great. And then even like the downhill skiing events are
Great
insane.
stuff. It's good stuff.
Like they just I think the events to me, and I don't know if it's maybe because people are risking their lives more in the events than they do in the Summer Olympics, but to me, the events are just cooler.
Yeah, I love the skiing events. I love the ice skating.
Yeah, the figure skate. I know you're a big fan of the figure skating.
I mean, it's the only time I watch figure skating is the Olympics, the only time. Um, you've been seeing the commercials for some guy from the United States. I thought he was a Russian guy. He's got a Russian name, but he's a United States guy. It's just it's fun. I mean, you see a guy do quadruple jumps.
Yeah.
That's pretty exciting stuff. I mean, you know, and
Yeah.
they great skaters. Like I said, I love curling. I mean, curling's on, it seems like all day long.
Oh yeah, yeah.
But
Curling's fun though. Curling's fun.
curling is fun.
Yeah.
Now, do you ever think, hey, I got to go do curling or I got to watch curling? No, but I tell you what, during the Olympics, I really thoroughly enjoy curling. But that's what I mean. There's not like a billion events
No.
where, you know, it's just certain things. And of course, the hockey tournament is always fun. The marquee event is probably the downhill. That's got to be one of them, right? The downhill skiing race.
Yes, downhill skiing. Yep. Yep.
Long jump, like the ski jumps.
Yeah, that's the one they had. They made a movie based on Eddie the Eagle. Yeah, it's
Eddie
about
the
that.
Eagle.
Yeah.
Remember, they go, whoosh, and they go, ooh. I mean, those guys, they got the skis up around their eyes, and they just and they bang. I mean, that's fun stuff.
Another event that I love is I think it's like almost the skiing triathlon thing where they have to ski and then they have to shoot. Yeah, and then they you miss a shot, you have to do those penalty laps around that little track that they have off to the side of the shooting area.
Want to miss your shots?
Yeah, no, you don't. But that one's really, really cool. I mean, the amount of endurance you have to have, and then like you have to. It's cold. First off, it's cold as hell. So you have, so you have to also like calm your body, and also like regulate your body temperature when you're taking shots to make sure you're steady and not shivering while you're shooting.
Can you bring up the those events? Because I'm one of them. I just 5,000 meters or 10,000 meters. I mean, that's a lot of meters. I mean, I just wonder how much that is like in human, mileage. I mean, and you're huffing it, and you got to lay down and calm that breathing and get those shots off. I mean, that's tough stuff. You miss a few of those shots.
I'm pulling up all the events for the week.
Yeah, I mean, because it's not that many events. I mean, a lot of them are similar, just like I said, I just find it extremely interesting, like the biathlons and stuff like that.
So we have alpine skiing,
figure
figure skating.
That's it, right? This is all the events right here? Yeah, that's it. That's it, right?
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, that's it. Yeah. Alpine skiing, figure skating, and then freestyle skating. Nordic combine. I don't know what that is.
Nordic combined.
Oh, biathlon. I think that might be the one with the shooting, right? Oh, no, cross-country skiing, I think is the one.
Cross-country skiing is just cross-country skiing.
Okay, okay.
What are the distances, though, that they do this on? I want to know what the distances are.
Let's look up biathlon.
Yeah, that's a shooting one, X.
Yeah.
Okay,
17.5 kilometers, and men cover 10 kilometers.
Okay, how far is 10 kilometers?
That's a good question. Let me look it up.
I mean, it's got to be 1,500 kilometers is a mile.
It's 6.2 miles. It's 10 kilometers.
Okay, so you're skiing for 6.2 miles. I mean, uphill, downhill, around turns. It's not like you're just. It's nothing like that. I mean, you're pumping. You try to get up the hill. They cross their skis, so they can climb up. That stuff is tough.
And then they have the 4-person relay. Team speed event where each athlete takes a section of the course 7.5 kilometers each for a total of 30 kilometers for the men.
Think about
that. Nuts.
And then they come down and you'll see these guys are like within just like a couple of seconds one another. I think once one team won by I think like 0.5 seconds or something like that, 0.2 seconds.
Yeah.
I mean, it's incredible. I mean, it's fun to watch. I really thoroughly enjoy the Winter Olympics, maybe because there's less events and maybe you get to actually they have more of those stories that you like to hear. Like I remember years and years ago, Dan Jansen, Olympic speed skating is another thing that I like.
Well, they also, it looks like down here, it says that they have a 20-kilometer individual men's event.
There you go. 20 kilometers. That's like half a marathon, right?
That's crazy. That's
So
crazy.
You're skiing half a kilometer uphill, downhill, with those damn skis on. That's tough.
It's 12.4. Well, it's not. It's about about half a marathon. It's 12.42 miles.
Dan Jansen was a United States speed skater. He was like the best speed skater in the world for like 5 or 6 years in like the sprints, 500, 1,000, whatever it was. I mean, he was just the best, but he choked in every Olympic final. He just choked. He'd fall or something like that. And he was such a big favorite to win. And I remember his last time, I think it was in Calgary in the 500 meters, he was the record holder in the 500 by a lot. He falls going around. Everybody's like, oh, and they go and he finally wins his gold medal in the 10th and the 1,000 meter. And it was just holy crap. It was just phenomenal.
That's right. I forgot they also have the short track speed skating. That one's always good.
Right?
I remember, what was his name? Apollo Ono, wasn't that his name? Who was really good for the U.S.
Can I just say something? Podcast etiquette is you let me finish my story before just throwing something else.
You're monologuing, Grump.
Okay. Well, I was trying to get some response from you, but I know you couldn't wait to just jump on something else.
Well, I saw that and it caught my attention. I didn't remember that.
Yeah. But Dan Jansen was a big one. I mean, it's just ski mountaineering. I've never even heard of that. That must be a new event.
This might be a new event.
I don't know what the hell they do. They jump off mountains. What does it say, X?
It says ski mountaineering, often referred to as skimo, began as a practical way to travel across snowbound mountains in regions such as the Alps and Scandinavia, later evolving into military patrol competitions and iconic endurance races like Italy's Trofeo Mazzalama and Switzerland's Patrulli. Butchering these names.
It doesn't matter. You can't pronounce anything.
The glaciers. The modern sport was formalized from the 1980s with European championships in the 1990s. Let's see if they have any video on this. They don't. I don't know. It looks like they're climbing up the mountain with the skis.
Okay. That's pretty tough, right?
Here we go. We can watch it. Well,
poles in hand, goal in sight. Step into the world of ski mountaineering, also known as skimo. We charge through the mountains by skinning uphill, hiking, and carving down technical descents.
Oh my God.
We move through the course in 2 modes, ascents and descents. We race with skins on during the ascent. The traction stops us from sliding down. It feels like a sticky carpet. Once we reach the steep sections, we carry our skis in backpacks and climb up on foot.
Oh my God.
The faster we switch gear, the quicker we can move through the race.
Oh my God.
Once we reach the top, we rip the skins off for the descent and ski downhill through the course. At the Olympic Winter Games, there are 3 events: men's and women's sprint and mixed relay. Sprints are short and intense, 1 ascent and 1 descent, with races lasting less than 3 minutes. In mixed relay, teams consist of 1 female and 1 male athlete, each completing the course twice and handing over to one another between laps. The first athlete to cross the finish line wins. We're out here to show what's possible when...
Yeah, so it seems like they're going to be climbing up the mountain to then ski down it.
That's going to be pretty damn tough.
Yeah. I mean, literally, they said they're strapping the skis up in a backpack and hiking up that thing. More power to them. That's great.
Pretty crazy. It's pretty crazy.
That's pretty nuts. But yeah, I
I've
mean,
never seen that. So I'll be interested to see that. I mean, did they get rid of like those the things that I hate, which are
snowboarding and stuff? They still do snowboarding. They used to have like ski freestyle. Oh, freestyle skiing. They still have that. Okay. Alpine skiing. They still have that. I don't know.
Nordic combined. That's like, yeah, I know what that is.
Okay. They have the bobsled,
bobsled,
cross country scene, curling. The luge is still there. Ice
You
hockey.
got rid of that thing like where they have like the guy like what's his hell Sean White used to do the little half pipe things where they're doing little.
I don't know if that's still considered under snowboarding.
Maybe that's snowboarding. Okay, maybe that's snowboarding.
Well, I remember they had one that was they had
Moguls, like the moguls.
moguls. I think is what they got rid of. They got rid of moguls. That's the one where
like the moguls.
it had like the humps that were there, and you'd see. I mean, it looked like somebody was just looking to blow out their knee every time they were going out there.
You got to keep your knees together and
yeah.
Oh look, you got a little bit of separation. That's got like come on, nobody can see that shit. Oh my gosh, look, there's a 3 centimeter gap that's going to cost them. Really? Did you really see that?
Yeah,
No.
I think these events. I'm definitely interested in watching some of these for sure. Though.
Skeleton's pretty good. It's just like
that's the one where they're sliding down face first.
That's like I think you're just getting on like a slip and slide or like
nope,
like
it's the same device as the luge, but it's reverse. You're sliding down face first as opposed to backward with your back.
I think the luge is built a little bit different than the skeleton. Skeleton's just like something like a little sled you pick up in a 5 and dime store and just okay, go on, Johnny. Maybe they should remember. Actually, ever see like those little like the round metal discs they just hop on?
Yes, the saucers. Yeah,
that maybe you have something like that. Saucer flying.
Saucer flying. There we go. But yeah, the speed skating is always good. That one's fun to watch. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot. Honestly, there's a lot of these that I'm interested in watching.
There's so few events that you can invest in all of them. You get to see all of them. I think that's what makes it for me more appealing. That's all. That's
agreed. Agreed.
So I'm looking forward to the Winter Olympics for certain. It's my favorite Olympics.
Me as well. Let's get into some comments, Grumpy, and then we'll wrap up the show.
Okay.
Alex Monroe comments
our old friend Mr. B, Mr. A.
Comments and it says Seahawks W.
I agree.
I agree.
Seahawks win. They're the best team. They are. JP says, so what do the Jets fans think of Sam Darnold possibly being a Super Bowl champion? They're probably hating it.
No, they're probably loving it because they don't want the Patriots to win another Super Bowl.
Oh, maybe that is the case.
That's my thought process on it.
JP, does that just further cement how fixed the NFL is? I don't think the NFL is fixed like that. I just think that the product is just bad. The product is bad. They don't let you coach tough anymore. You can't, like I said, I was listening to some stuff Brady's been talking about, what the things that Belichick did. None of these coaches do that. Like he used to get balls and just put them all with grease. Say, okay, run it with grease, and we're going to shoot. They used to shoot water at them out of, like fire hoses. Okay, let's see if you can run and not fumble this. That's what the whole thing's about. So you learn to hold on to the ball. Does every team do that? No. Alex Monroe says, Snowmageddon. Did Grump build a snowman or snow woman? I did not.
He did not build either. He shoveled the driveway.
Shovel the driveway. That's right. JP says, when Namath dies, the Jets will win a Super Bowl. Book it. Well, they're not going to win one while he's alive. That's for certain. Alex Monroe says, will the Goofy
Gooners.
Oh, Goofy Gooners.
Or Gunners.
Gunners. Okay. Shouldn't it be Gunner?
No, they spell it like that. Arsenal. Okay. Well, Arsenal falls short or continue to benefit.
Gunners.
That's not how they spell it.
That's how they spell it.
That is not how they spell it.
Or benefit, or continue to benefit from own goals and set piece goals to win the English Premier League. X, how many points up are the Gunners?
Well, seeing as Man City just drew today, I think they're now 6 points up, if I'm not mistaken.
Did they win this weekend or lose?
They won this weekend, so they're 6. They should be 6 points up. They were 4 points up before that, and then Man City got to 1 point, so now they're 6.
Okay. What do you think, X?
It would be an immense bottle job if Arsenal lost.
But they have 18 games left?
14 games left, I think, in the season.
It's 38 games, right? How many?
I think it's 14 games. Remember, the Premier League season starts before any other season does. Maybe 16 games left, something like that.
Okay. 16 games left. I think it's not inconceivable that they don't win.
Their schedule's pretty easy.
Okay.
The thing is, Man City's going to have to beat them if they want to. If Man City's I would say is the team that's closest to
What about Liverpool? What are they doing this year?
Liverpool's not playing well.
They suck. Is that what you're
They
saying?
have they have not been good. They
So
have
they're
not been
shitty
good.
team.
Yeah, they're just about as good as Real's been this year.
I hear rumors that they're looking at Xavi Alonso to replace
They are looking at Xabi Alonso to
whoever
replace
they got roaming the sidelines.
Arnie Slot. I call him Arnie Snot. Arnie Snot. Yeah.
Arnie's not. So
Yeah.
Liverpool's not been good this year. Who's
No.
third place? In
Shoot, let me pull it up.
might as well just pull up the standings because they're always fun to look at. Where's Manchester United?
They're actually fourth.
Wow. Okay. Good for them.
Yeah. So we got here. Let me pull it up.
Might as well just post it too so we can look at it. Why is it
I'm
not?
gonna have to zoom in. Give me a second.
Okay, here we go. Arsenal. Okay, so they have 14 games I think left to play, right? 38 games each, I believe.
So, like I said, 14 left to play.
They're not. I don't think it's insurmountable. I mean, Manchester's going to have to keep winning.
Well, they just drew today against Tottenham, who I think is like what 14th now
Okay,
in the league.
okay.
So
It happens. Then you have Aston
Villa,
Villa, who's having
there's
a
a
good
point
year.
behind. Yeah.
And United, Chelsea is fifth, Liverpool sixth. So Liverpool wouldn't even qualify for Champions League next year. Brentford, Fulham. Let's just scroll down. See, I mean, I don't follow this Premier League, honestly. Everton, Newcastle, spent a lot of money, not great results. Sunderland, Bournemouth, Brighton, Tottenham, number 14. Yikes, that's pretty bad.
Yep.
Crystal Palace, Leeds, Nottingham Forest. What else? Let's see who the last year. I'm going to bet you Burnley's in there. Whoop, there you go. West
19.
Ham, Burnley, and the
Wolves.
Wolves. The Wolverhampton Wolves.
Yep. So I mean, I would think. Here's what I'll say: it would be an immense bottle job if Arsenal lost league this year. Would I be surprised? No, because they do it all the time. But if they did, I mean, yeah, it would be bad.
Okay.
Yes, I will agree with Alex Monroe here. Their own goals are like their leading goal scorer on their team, and majority of their goals have come from set pieces this year. They're set piece FC.
Well, I'll tell you what. If you can score on set pieces,
Yep.
that's a real. If you're gonna, I mean, if you're gonna ask me what's like a really, really the most important thing to scoring goals. If you could tell me that you're, score up most of your goals on set pieces, that means you're pretty good with set pieces. And I think those are great because you can set them up.
Yep.
Not run a play.
Yep.
Freedom Fun Adventure says, SunX, want you to know you're getting more dependable. If the apocalypse ever happens, I want you on my team. Never seen anyone better at scavenging for food. You would be an asset.
Oh my God, man. I thought it was a compliment, and then he brought me back to reality.
There you go. That's what they kind of get you. They suck you in and then spit you right out.
Oh God.
Freedom Fun Adventure adds, we ain't watching no fruity communist propaganda Super Bowl or Super Bowl halftime show in our household. Yeah, I mean, what's this kerfluffle over the Super Bowl halftime show? You got this Brown Bunny guy. Isn't that his name, Brown Bunny?
No, it's Bad Bunny. Bad Bunny.
Well, he talks about certain things. Maybe he should be called Brown Bunny. But he's singing, and then I don't know. I don't know. Like I said, I don't watch the halftime shows.
They're literally useless. I don't honestly. I know a lot of people watch the Super Bowl for the halftime shows. I'm clicking that. I have no interest. That's why I'm going to get food.
It's Goodell trying to play wokey boy. The NFL is just so far behind the times. They don't realize the woke shit is over. They're like a couple of years behind the times. They're so reactionary.
Anyway, next one here.
Freedom Fun Adventure adds Missing Curfew podcast for SunX. Find the episode where they interview Darsh and listen to it, SunX.
I'll have to look it up.
Freedom Fun Adventure once again says it snowed here in Florida yesterday. Some got more, but we got some snow flurries here. Why does the cold make your muscles lock up when I am out walking the dog? Us Florida natives don't know these things. Why is that, X, do you think?
I don't know. I didn't. My muscles weren't locking up when I walked my dog.
It's the joints.
The joints.
Yeah, we had, like I said, like 10 inches here, which is a lot. Alex Monroe says, is there a name change needed since TJ isn't part of the show anymore. No, do you really want to put X's name on anything? I don't.
We probably views would go up 100-fold.
Oh, wow. Okay. Fleet Dream says Swayman had no chance, talking maybe about that fight. Gungun adds, are the Islanders mediocre or good? Son X, is marriage as swell as you thought it would?
It's pretty good. Pretty good. Not going to lie.
And the Islanders are mediocre at best. Terrible. Mario Vargas says, the everybody does it. It's no excuse to commit a crime. Everybody does it. It's no excuse to commit a crime. That I must be talking about Belichick.
It's talk about Belichick.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't think it takes away from what he did as a coach.
It does not.
I mean, there's other guys that are in and they've done the same thing.
They got punished for it. He got punished for it. I mean, to say that all of a sudden the morality police, the Hall of Fame voters say, well, you know, we're going to hold you out for a year. Yeah, you deserve to be in, but we're going to hold you out just to make a point. Dude, that's not your job. Your job is to vote in the most worthy candidate. I mean, they held out T.O. for 3 years.
Yep,
I mean,
because they didn't like him.
Because they didn't like him. I didn't like him either. But you want to know what?
He still
He's
deserved to be
a
in.
football player,
Yeah.
and he should have been in first ballot.
Yeah.
Absolutely. He's the only guy, I think he led the team in receiving 5 different teams. I mean, he was a jerk, absolutely. But you want to know something? You could not argue with what he did on the field. Was he ever in jail? No. Did he ever? I mean, what did the thing? You know, he'd show off with doing the popcorn thing. You know, with the silly crap that he did, which I don't
taking the dump on the Dallas Cowboys, the star in the middle. But like, who cares? I mean, who cares?
Okay, that has nothing to do
with how he was as a player.
How he was as a player.
Yeah,
that's the whole thing. You know what? Then you fine him for that stuff. That's his punishment, and I believe he was fined for that stuff.
Yeah,
and move on.
That was the punishment for it.
You don't have to like someone to admit that they're a tremendous player. And he was a tremendous player. I remember the game against the Patriots in Super Bowl 39 where he broke his leg again in like week 13 or 14 against the Cowboys with a hip drop tackle. And he played in that Super Bowl, and he was tremendous for them. He was their best player in that Super Bowl. He really was. I don't see how in 3 years for him to get in. Come on, stop. Gugu says, Grumpy, did the Grateful Dead save rock and roll? No. Son X, want to take a hit off this bowl?
No, I'm good. Thank you, though.
X is good. All right. Mario Vargas says, Belichick is the greatest cheater of all time. We know only about the times the Patriots got caught. God only knows about everything else he and Brady got away with. You know what they got away with? Winning. That's their biggest crime. They win more than everybody else, so everyone hates them for it. They were the best dynasty, 20 years of dynasty, 20 years. You don't see that anymore. You just don't. During the salary cap era, don't see it. Gungan says, I can't stand Belichick as a human being, but the fact they didn't get in, that he didn't get in is inconceivable. Is the voting data retrievable? Oh, they could release it. They don't want to.
They don't want to because it would make those people look bad, and people would ask for their head. That's why.
We had a couple of deaths this weekend in the entertainment world. I was not aware that Desmond Wilson died. You know who Desmond Wilson was, X?
Somebody from Sanford Son.
Oh, Lamont Wilson. I'm sorry. Sanford and Son. He was the son. Lamont was what he was. And I'll never, to me, my favorite episode. Now, he was cool. He and Red Fox were great together with Ann Esther and Grady and Rollo and all these guys. But I'll never forget the episode where they thought that he maybe had cancer because something came up on an X-ray of Lamont, and Fred wound up labeling all the utensils. So one had FS period, the other one was C, and he's like, he's for contaminated. I mean, it was great. I mean, that show was phenomenal. I loved it, and what a shame. And it says, can you please sing us the melody of the Sanford and Son theme song? That'd be strong. I don't think there were there was no singing to it. It was, I can hear it in my head, but I can't for the life of me remember where I can't get it. I can hear it in my head, but no. boom, 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 boom. They had different instruments. It was great. It was great. JP says Sanford and Son theme, the immortal Quincy Jones, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, Quincy Jones did a lot of those themes back then. Alex Monroe says documentary recently released on Netflix about the miracle on Lake Placid, Miracle on Ice. Believe it's called Miracle, The Boys of 1980. Do you think it'll ever happen again where amateurs beat professional players? X, you want to talk about this first?
Yeah, no, I don't think that that's ever going to happen again because now the pro players play for the teams. So
it was such a if you're not of a certain age, you can't even comprehend what I'm going to say. But older people will know. The United States and Russia was during the middle of the Cold War, hated one another. The societies hated one another. And the Russians always used athletics as a way to see how their society was superior to the Western civilization, which the USA is part of. They would have their, amateur players when it was just amateurs only. They would have the amateur players who all worked, for the Soviet Army. So they had the Red Army team that would go out there, guys in their 30s, mid-20s, the best of the best.
yes,
Long.
that was their job.
That was their job, was to play hockey. And there's also a movie called Red Army, which is great to watch. And these guys went through some shit too.
Oh, yeah.
The Soviet Union. They absolutely did. They didn't get to see their families for 10 months out of the year. I mean, that's got to be pretty tough, right?
Yep.
But then you saw the United States and all the other teams were like amateurs. So there were no NHL players.
Just kids.
Just kids, high school, college.
Yep.
College players is what it was. And it was such a monumental moment beating the Soviets.
Yes, not to mention that the Soviet Union had also, during that year, kicked the crap out of the NHL All-Star team.
They beat everybody.
Yes. Yeah, but I'm just saying specifically they beat the crap out of the NHL All-Star team before.
And they beat the United States like 2 weeks before the tournament,
Yes.
10-3 in Madison Square Garden. I mean, it's in the movie Miracle, but I mean, anyone who's around from that time remembers that. And absolutely no one gave them a shot.
Nope.
And it was, like I said, I think it's known as the greatest sports upset of the 20th century. And that says a lot.
Yep.
That really says a lot. And like I said, it was phenomenal. And, everyone was so into it. Yeah, that's what you get at the Olympics. A lot of, love of country, that type of stuff. So
yep, and crazy outcomes too. Yeah. Oh, sorry. This one.
Let's rate all the pro New York teams, Buffalo included, 1 through 10. Which are towards the top? Which are lower than slug farts? I don't even know all the New York. So what are you going to say?
I mean, you got two soccer teams in there too. NYCFC.
I don't think he's counting soccer teams.
And then the Red Bulls.
He's not counting soccer teams. He's got. If there's 10 teams, he's talking about the Sabres, Rangers, Islanders, Mets, Yankees,
Knicks, Nets,
Bills, Giants, Buffalo,
Knicks, Nets.
Yeah. So how many is that? That's like more than.
It's not like more than 10.
Is that 10?
Knicks, Nets.
Hockey, you have 3. Basketball, you have 2. Football, you have 3. Baseball, you have 2.
So that's 10.
Okay,
that's 10 exactly. Yeah.
Okay, so who would be number?
So the soccer teams are not counted.
Correct. Who would be the worst New York sports team?
The Jets or
Jets. It's got to be the Jets.
Let's just say either the Jets or the Brooklyn Nets.
It's okay. I don't even know. We might as well put the two basketball.
Nets are atrocious.
We might as well put the 2 basketball teams last because we don't care about basketball.
Okay.
But okay, let's say it'll be the Jets. Then we'll say the Nets. Then let's say
the Mets.
I don't know what the Nets record
or
is.
Buffalo.
No,
I mean, are we talking about now when we're talking about rating? Are we talking about the history of the teams?
No, I think where they are now.
Oh, shit. I don't know basketball. I don't know where they're currently at. I just know the net. I don't think the Brooklyn Nets have won anything ever.
Okay, I'm going to throw out the 2 basketball teams because I don't really care about them. So we're just going to do top 8. Number 1's got to be Yankees.
Yeah, I would say.
They're not going to win anything. Number 2, probably the Bills.
Bills.
You can flip flop those if you want. Number 3,
The Sabres have been playing pretty good.
yeah,
Buffalo.
but they're not above the Mets, I don't think.
Okay.
Yeah, but the Mets aren't that good either. I mean,
That's what I was saying. I think the Buffalo's been playing pretty well. The Sabres have been
I
playing
might
pretty
put
well.
Buffalo Bills ahead of them. Yeah, not probably the Yankees. Yankees, Bills.
Then you have Mets next.
It is easier to find bad teams.
Yeah.
So what else? Baseball. All right, let's go Mets at number 3. Yikes.
Sabres probably next.
Okay, we'll say Sabres right now. Number 4. Islanders number 5.
Giants, I think are actually
Giants.
pretty good. The Giants should be ahead of.
Giants should be better next year, so I'll say
Yeah.
Giants at number 6. Then I'll say the Rangers at number 7 and the Jets.
8 is the Jets dead last.
8.
Yep, I agree.
Yeah. Google says, Grumpy, who was more popular with the ladies, Stan Gable or Ogre? Was Booger a practical joker? Well, it certainly wasn't Ogre, so I'll say Stan. Was Booger a practical joker? Yeah, he was like the loudmouth guy. Freedom Fundamental says, Belichick cheated so many different ways, and his record is thanks to number 12 only. He doesn't deserve to be in the Hall of Fame. Just put Brady in twice. One thing Belichick did is he looked at the rule book and found a way that he could do things that were within the rules. How many times did he do things that in the next season the NFL
they banned it. I remember there was one specifically with a punt that happened. I think it was with Edelman or Amendola was back there, and like they supposed to be returning the punt. He like blocked the guy or did something, and like nobody had seen it before. They're like, "What is this?"
The big one was against the Ravens, where they did an unbalanced line, and they had a guy who was a tight end who was lined up in the offensive tackle position, and they completed 2 passes for big first downs in a game that they wound up winning. And he looked over the rule book, and he found ways to exploit rules where he could. To me, that makes him a freaking genius, because who's going to take the time to go through and do something like that?
Yep.
Right? Let's be honest. Freedom Fundamental adds, Staple wants the Islanders to trade Yzerman, no loss there, and a first in either Colorado for some small right winger who scores in the teens, or Pinto, who I like, but also isn't a big scorer. I think mostly because they are from Long Island. Might do it for Voronkov and Oliver with Columbus. That would fix the Islanders. Why would Columbus make that deal? I think you're going to find out Columbus is going to overtake the Islanders. They're only 4 points behind with a game in hand, or 6 points behind, maybe with a game in hand, or is it 4? Might be 4 with a game in hand. The Islanders are getting ready to sputter out. We'll talk about this on the Wednesday show.
Yep.
But I'm less and less convinced by the Islanders every single game. JP says the 1980 U.S. hockey team was really good in hindsight, but there was no way to know that. Then again, Tikhonov should have started Tretiak, not Michigan. He did start Tretiak, and he gave up 2 goals, and he put Michigan in.
And they couldn't believe it.
No one could believe it.
Yep.
No one could believe it. Here's our old friend Derek Monroe. Look at that loser picture he's got up there. Arsenal also have the best goal differential in the English Premier League. UCL, due to having the best defense in the entire world. When you pair a great defense with teams who can take set pieces, good things happen. When was the last time Arsenal's ever won anything? That's what I'd say. They find ways to lose. Now, I think Archuleta is a good coach.
Arteta.
I think he's a good coach.
He's never, you know what he's won in the tenure that he's been there? I think he's won 2 dinner plates and a cup.
Okay. So they haven't won anything really big.
Substantial,
right?
No.
Okay.
No.
You gotta win at some point in time, win some hardware.
Yeah, if they don't do it this year, he's not the answer for them.
Mario Vargas says one of my favorite episodes was the courtroom episode when Fred interrogates a white police officer about giving tickets only to black men. There was no way an episode like that gets filmed today. That's what people forget. They're so afraid of comedy. Comedy is a way to expose the foibles in modern society. But you don't see that today because you're not allowed to do that.
It tries to make light of serious situations.
That's how you bring attention and get, oh, you know what? I never knew that. Or, yeah, you know what? It's so stupid. Why does that happen? All in the Family was brilliant for doing stuff like that. And they just don't let you do it now. They're too afraid. They just won't. They just don't want to take any chances on shows. It's a shame. JP says Neil Broughton, Ken Morrow, Mark Johnson, Matt Pavlich, Dave Christian. Was that Craig Ramsey?
Yeah, I think so.
Rob McClanahan and what was it? Steve Kristoff. That was a good roster. They were good. And they gelled at the right time. Remember, they played together for what, 10 months?
Yep.
Long time. Derek Moreau says, College game day coming to Chapel Thrill this weekend for Duke at UNC. Best freshman matchup this rivalry might have ever seen. Well, that's not true. Cam Boozer versus Caleb Wilson. I don't know. You've been following college basketball at all, X?
No. Not since COVID happened. I haven't really watched it.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen a couple of Duke games, and the Boozer kid looks good, but I just don't think Duke or North Carolina are very good. I think college basketball is down. I just do. I mean, I think Arizona's undefeated. But I don't know. You're right. COVID killed college. For me, it killed college basketball. It just did. JP says, I always thought had Matt Pavlich played for the Islanders instead of the Rangers, we'd be arguing about him being in the Hall of Fame. I thought he had that level of hockey IQ and toughness. I didn't think he was that great. Derek Rose says, Tribal Chief Roman Reigns wins the Royal Rumble. CM Punk versus Reigns will be the best main event for the big show we've seen in quite some time. X, did you get to see any of the WWE Royal Rumble?
I can just confirm to you right now, no.
Okay. It was held in
Saudi Arabia, I think, right?
Saudi Arabia somewhere. And you know, the only thing that that struck me?
Empty seats.
The arena was empty. It was empty. For the Women's Royal Rumble, it looked like there was like maybe 20% of this, not even 20% of the seats filled. For the Men's Royal Rumble, maybe 40 or 45. I mean, I don't know. I just think I guess it makes sense for them financially. They've already killed the product. Let's be honest. Killed the product. But how long before people just say, no? I mean, it's a strictly an American sport, professional wrestling. Just is. And when you're not even bringing your big events to the United States, people are going to eventually tune out. They are. It's not like they have house shows anymore where, they go around the country. It's what it used to be, house shows. They'd run, a house show every single night, 350 nights a year. These guys would be on the road. It's not like that anymore. And I think it suffers for it. Derek Monroe adds, Seahawks will win the Super Bowl. I agree. But Drake May and the defense will keep this game close. May will need a better run game in the Super Bowl. And that just isn't possible against Seattle. Ask McCaffrey. The thing that makes Seattle so good, their defensive front, like the Giants, when they beat the Patriots twice in the Super Bowl, they were able to get pressure on the quarterback and stop the run with 4 guys. It means you can drop 7 into coverage, which makes it tougher to throw. When you can get pressure and stop the run with 4 guys, your team defense is going to be outstanding. They, I think, gave up 17.2 points a game this year, and they were the best team in the league in giving up the least amount of points, I want to say in the first half. Just interesting. Derek Monroe says, Grumpy, who's your favorite NFL coaching hire so far this offseason? Can be a coordinator or coach. My picks would be Mike McDaniel, offensive coordinator for the Chargers, and Kevin Stefanski, head coach of the Falcons. I think that Mike McDaniel's going to the Chargers is really, really good for them.
Agreed.
Really good for them. I think that is a tremendous hire. They got to get healthy on the offensive line. They need some more weapons on the outside. Quentin Johnson I'm sorry. He's a boom or bust guy, drops too many passes, not dependable. They need to finally get off the Keenan Allen crutch and McConkey, and they need another wide receiver.
Yep.
I think the running game will be okay. They just need to get that offensive line healthy. Is Justin Herbert a winner or is he not? I'm leaning towards he's not a winner.
I think it's a little hard this year to judge him on that with how poor the offensive line was.
And he had, the injured hand and all that other stuff, but still, I'm leaning towards loser for him. Just can't seem to win big games. Said it. Sorry. Freedom Fund Adventure says, X-Man, which former and current Islander was part of the Miracle on Ice team?
Ken Morrow.
Yes, X. And you know what? He won the Olympic gold medal and the Stanley Cup in the same year. Other guys have done it since, but his means a little bit more, being that he played for an amateur team in the Olympics as opposed to professionals.
True. True.
It's not the same.
True.
Derek Moreau says, I agree, Grumpy. It's a shame that what TKO has done to the WWE since becoming a majority owner. WrestleMania will be in Saudi next year because money talks. It makes U.S. fans want to vomit. All it's going to do is kill your core fan base, which is the United States. That's what will eventually happen. Sorry, folks. Alex Moreau says, speaking of the NCAA men's basketball, what's your thoughts on the G League dropout coming back to play college ball at Atlanta?
Alabama.
I'm sorry. Charles Badeko. I don't think they should let that happen. I don't think they should let him go back to college.
Well, here you had it. Since Florida fans are chanting G League dropout at Alabama, Charles Badeko. Badeko went undrafted in 2023 and played 45 games for the G League before a judge allowed him to return to Bama. And we can go ahead and listen in here. Pretty interesting stuff, Grumpy.
Once you commit and you're going to be a pro, you should not be allowed to go back to college. Sorry.
I agree.
Derek Moreau says, Carlos Alcaraz becomes the youngest tennis player to ever win the career Grand Slam at 22 years old after defeating Djokovic in 4 sets in the Australian Open final. I'm going to tell you what. I don't know if you've seen the Djokovic interview. I remember when he was younger, he was like funny before he became really good. Not that he wasn't always good, but before he was like winning a whole bunch of Grand Slams, he was just funny as hell. And I thought his speech today was just tremendous and in a losing cause. But that's a guy, he's really, really entertaining. Tennis needs more guys like that. Now it's the Sinner kid and Alcaraz are the two best. And then it's everybody else.
And then we'll just show this one video to wrap up the show.
You know what I was thinking next, and we'll talk about it next week. That's fine. The difference between players today and players from 30, 40, 50 years ago. And we'll talk about this next week, but I'm just going to give you a little hint on what I'm thinking anyway. Everyone today is basically the same player.
Yeah.
They all do everything the same. We're back there. Everybody was different. And tennis
unique
is the greatest shower of that of all time.
Yep.
And we'll talk about that next week. We absolutely.
Yeah. And this
but
says,
I guess we'll probably talk about the Super Bowl next week too, right, X?
We will. And this says, well, that's a first. Hit so hard your hair gets knocked off in a boxing match. I don't know if you saw this, Grumpy.
Dude, don't wear a wig. Whatever he's got sticks into his head, don't do that. No. Look, this guy's laughing at him. Like, oh my God. It's so fun to hit him. Watch me pop his hair off his head. I think that's why he won. Look at this. Look at the smile on his face. Look at the smile on his face. Oh my gosh. I feel bad for Mr. Weave.
Yep. All right, hey, Grumpy, anything you want to say before we log off the show?
I just want to say love and laughter to everyone who listens and even those who don't. From Son X and the Grumpy Old Man.
I would thank everybody for coming out and listening. As always, love the interaction in the comments, and we will see you guys next time. Thanks, Grumpy.
My pleasure.